Yeah, we're sitting underneath our tents and tarps while the rain's coming down pretty good at the moment. So here we go. The camera's probably not doing any justice, but basically from here on up is what we can make out of. You can see there's toes right here. You can clearly see the impression of the track. This is a right foot. You can see the grounds have been pushed up right here from when it stepped. It's apparently going that way. So me and John, we actually been out here in the rain looking around after noticing that. And so it may have possibly came down off of that small ridge behind where we're set up and went out this way somewhere. Now, I got cameras out in the woods over this way. I had a camera way over that way, which we've already picked that one up. The other ones are still out there. But yeah, it's raining pretty good right now, so I'm going to put my phone down for now. Well, yeah, we're out here looking around to see if we could find anything else that would actually match that track. So, but yeah, again, the camera probably didn't do no justice, but we could see the toes and the shape of the foot in person very well. Well, here it is, day 2, Saturday morning, and it's still raining out. A little cool and chilly, but we're trying to wake up. There's an interesting formation structure that we came across up on top of this ridge. We just got done climbing a ridge, and this is the first thing we see right here, which is very fascinating. It may not look like much to you guys, but it's just the way everything's laid out here. Yeah, so we're on top of here. So I thought I'd record this real quick. You got 1, 2, 3, all leaning into one standing tree, which is interesting. Yeah, it's just most likely probably just natural tree fall. But we're going to come across this angle here. Yeah. So we're going to keep exploring this area up on top of the ridge and see what we come across. What's up, guys? Here I am, Sunday, my last night here. I'm going to do some exploring here in a little bit. John and Olaf had already left. That was cool that Olaf came out and camped for the night. As far as Saturday night, we actually heard a little something. We had a long, extended howl that came over up behind camp, over in the direction where I got my camera set up at, which I'll be picking up later today. We've heard coyote and some barred owls very close to camp. So, yeah, and then yesterday during the day, me and John did some exploring. We went up on the ridge up behind the camp over on the other side over here. And we did find a couple tracks. One was not a deep impression because it was in firm ground in the soil that was in a dry creek bed. And one, we did take pictures. It was actually not far off the edge of the camp over here. Now, some might say it's a bear. However, for what we see of it, we did take pictures. Before I say any more, I can't say this enough. Pictures do not show details. They leave out a lot of details that what you see in person when it comes to tracks. Well, this particular track didn't show the whole full complete track. It basically showed just beyond where the heel would have been at, and then the ball of the foot with toes. We both saw that very clear. It was impressive to me. But then the other track was much larger. We found what appeared to be probably about a 17 to 18 inch track that was apparently it had stepped in that dry creek bed when it was crossing up. In the direction it was going, looks like it was going up over on the ridge that goes right behind the camp here. So, but I'll have more pictures to post. I'm sure I'm going to go up on this other ridge over here that sets off to the left where from where me and John went yesterday. I want to go check out there, and then eventually I'll work my way around and come back and collect my cameras. So yeah, this is my last night here at camp. It's beautiful weather right now, and we're going to go see what we can find. Meanwhile, it's been a very enjoyable time here at camp. I'm sad that tomorrow is my day I have to head out. I just wish I had more time to put out here, but it'll be soon enough I'll be out here. And I can't wait to bring others out here to share this beautiful nature out here and see what we might experience and find. So, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. So, and watch out for the pictures I'll be putting together. So, meanwhile, keep it squatchy, my friends. Alright, so I've been working my way up on the top of this ridge, and you just see it drops down all the way through there. I'm working my way up this way, and you can't see it from here, but there's something that catches my attention. We're going to work our way up to it. It looks, I don't know, it may not be nothing, but from back there it looks like it could be something. Okay, it's not as cool as I thought it might have been when I was back there, because it looked like it was a possible semi-teepee structure, but they're not all combined right here. So yeah, disregard. Like I said, it's not as cool as I thought it was, because back there it looked like everything was connected over here, which it's not. And of course, it goes much higher up this way. We're going to take our time. We're going to look around and try to keep working our way up there. Because sometimes the higher you go, the more interesting it gets. So I'm getting further up on this ridge. I'm way up here. The birds were chirping away up here nonstop until I got up to a certain location, and then all of a sudden they just shut up and stopped. And this one area has a patch of like kind of, there's grass in here, and in the leaves I saw this very promising looking impression, and I removed the leaves. I took a picture of this, but right here where my hand is, you can feel very clearly a heel, and all the way up here there's toe indentions. I mean, after I carefully removed the leaf litter, there's toes up here, right up here. I can see one there, and this here kind of got opened up a little bit. But it's probably about 4 inches at the heel, and it comes up, probably gets about a good 6, maybe 7 inches. And if I had to estimate on length, we're looking at about 16, 17 inch track right here. Facing that direction, going that direction. And this here appears to be a left foot. Yeah, because that's pretty obvious right there. I'm trying to get the best angle because the lighting. So that subject was coming down from this way, or he came from over here and turned down this way. But yeah, it got very interesting when the birds stopped and everything. They wouldn't shut up until I got up to this general location up here. All right, so forgive me, I'm a little out of breath because it's gotten real thick up through here. There's a big patch of mountain laurel right there, and I decided to go around it because that could be an ambush spot. You got to be careful. It looks like it might get a little clear if I keep going this way, but I wanted to share this with you. And I don't have my backpack on. I have no plaster with me. Sorry. I'm just carrying my sidearm and a knife and my stick here. But judging from that, that is definitely a squatch track right there. I mean, I can put my foot beside it. I know the lighting is probably not doing no justice, but I thought I shared it anyway. But yeah, we're going to keep moving. I'm pacing myself, and we'll see what else we can come across here. I found a couple fresh tree snaps and rips around 6 to 7 feet tall. So I took a couple pictures of them. So yeah. All right, let's move on. Hey guys, what's up? 6:50 p.m. Sunday night. Here I am, enjoying the peace and quiet. And this is the best time ever. I mean, to be out in the woods and just hearing nature, the wildlife. And got a fire going right over here. I mean, this is, to me, this is the good life right here. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, anyway, I just want to let you know that I've given off a couple of vocalizations. I might do a couple tree knocks before it gets dark. Because one of the things I've learned in the past, and it's not always guaranteed, but sometimes when you give off a few vocalizations, maybe a tree knock or two, when the night falls, when it gets dark, sometimes you might get your responses later. Activity seems to spark after a while. The temperature is beautiful right now. When I went on about almost a 3-hour hike up this ridge besides camp, you know, by doing so, I feel like sometimes it stirred up anything that might have been in the area. I worked my way up one ridge and up to another level of a higher ridge, and eventually worked my way down. And by the time I came back down, I was way up the road here when I came out to the main forest road. So I easily hiked probably a couple miles. And when I came up to the upper ridge, the way I had to come through some very thick brush. But I found a couple interesting things up there, so I got to say, it was worth it. So this particular area where I'm camping at right now, I've never camped in this particular spot. There are several spots up the road, back the other way, and if you go further up the road, I've camped up there. But if you go on the other side of the forest road, I mean, you got the river right over there. There's a couple streams that run down off here where I'm at. I still have yet to get the trail cameras. Maybe I'll get them tomorrow before I leave. And hopefully there's something good on them. But so yeah, I'm just sitting here relaxing. I love it. Yes, I had a couple of beers, so I'm feeling very well relaxed at the moment. About an hour or so ago, I had me some beef kebabs. Man, were they delicious. I kind of look at that as an early appetizer because I'm going to be making me a steak tonight and some potatoes and some noodles. Yeah, I love camping out here. I love cooking steaks, and I just love camp food, period. It's the best thing ever. Me and John were talking about that the other day when he was here, and there's a lot of food that we cook at home, but when you cook it out here, it's so much different, and you tend to enjoy it a lot more out here. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I guess because you're out in the open air out in the forest. You're out in your habitat where you feel like you're at home. I know I feel like I'm at home out here. The only issue I have out here is I'm missing my little grandson, Caden. I can't wait till he gets old enough to get him out here. So, yeah, that little guy, he's my buddy. So, I miss him. So, but, yeah, I got this fire going, and, we'll see what happens tonight, guys. The other night, we heard a long, extended howl, which was interesting. Heard barred owls right behind camp in this other hollow. And we did hear some coyotes in the distance out that way. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I got my audio recorders on standby. Well, not, yeah, it's an audio recorder. My parabolic mic, it does record. And then I have my thermal FLIR, my TK Scout with me. I'll be checking out the area. So, yeah, I did a little bit of that yesterday. I did a scan of the area once or twice yesterday. Didn't pick nothing up, but as far as no thermal images. So we'll see what happens. So sit tight, guys. All right. So here it is, almost 8:30. Well, my first activity tonight was just before 8 o'clock. I had coyote sounding off already. I heard them on and off a little bit, and then they stopped for a while. So I've been sitting here listening, and just a little while ago, right over here, out away from camp, on the outside perimeter here, I heard like a loud, not really loud, but very noticeable, like crash or strong sounding of a scuffling in the leaves. So I picked up my thermal right away, scanned the area. I didn't see nothing. It could have been something falling from a tree. So, yeah, so I thought I'd get on here and give you an update. I just got done eating a little while ago. And I got the fire going right now. It is now officially dark out here, so yeah, I'm sitting here again, enjoying more peace and quiet. And since the coyote started early, there's a very good possibility we may hear other things out here within the next hour. Yeah, I figure if I don't hear nothing by 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm going to turn it in. So, yeah, like I said, I got my FLIR right here. Got my parabolic mic right there that records. So, got plenty of lights around here. Got my tree knocker. I did a couple tree knocks earlier. I might try again here in a little while if it remains quiet. I have no problem experimenting and trying things out. So. Anyway, meanwhile, stay tuned. We'll see what happens.